Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judi in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about SugarBee apples, and I've got one here I wanted to show you. It's got a little bee on the label, which I find is interesting. I found these for the first time recently at a grocery store. I had never seen them before, so I wanted to get one and try it out and do a little bit of research and share that information with you in case you've seen them, don't know what a SugarBee apple is. They were first discovered in an apple orchard in Minnesota, and they were naturally cross-pollinated by a bee between a Honeycrisp and another undetermined variety. So we don't know what the second parent apple is, but it does have Honeycrisp parentage. So if you like Honeycrisp apples, you will probably like a SugarBee apple. Word of this new apple spread to Washington State, and Chilin, if I'm pronouncing that right, Fruit Cooperative obtained the sole rights to grow these apples. They have the right growing conditions for them, and they named them SugarBee in honor of the bee that pollinated this apple and chose very wisely on which apples to pair together. As you can see, it looks very similar to a Honeycrisp apple. The skin is relatively thin, it's glossy, and it's got some orange, yellow, green, red notes to it. Some of them may be all red. They're fairly large in size, and I can tell you that they are pricey because they're comparable in price to a Honeycrisp. So that gives you an idea about these apples. The flesh is a creamy white, and it's coarse, and it's very juicy, and it's very crispy, and it maintains its crispness as well over time, which is good. And it's described as being very sweet and aromatic with a little bit of floral notes under that sweet flavor that it's got. As far as shelf life, SugarBee apples will keep very well in the refrigerator or another cool, dry place for up to several months. So it will keep for you very, very well. They also maintain their crispness and their flavor and their juiciness over time in storage, which not all apples can brag about. Best uses for SugarBee apples: they're great eaten fresh, just out of hand, or you can cut them up and put them in salads. They're sweet, and they would add a nice flavor to salads of any type that you like. And they also pair well with different types of sharp flavored cheeses, or just make a nice simple snack out of them. SugarBee apples also work well as a baking type apple. They can be used for baked apples. They can be baked into pies and cakes and crisps and cobblers and strudel, or any type of thing that you would include an apple in. They will work out really well. They pair well with other apples, and they take on a good flavor with cinnamon and sugar and cloves, and they hold their shape well, so they would work for you in any type of baked application. You can also cook with SugarBee apples. They can pair well with savory and sweet dishes as well. They can be made into applesauce, and they're sweet enough that you may be able to get by without even adding any additional sugar, or add very little sugar to your applesauce if you use the SugarBee apples with it. They can also be included in soups and compost. You can make jam with them, and you can even make apple juice and apple cider. And when they are in season, some stores will market some apple cider made with SugarBee apples. They can also be used as a dehydrated or dried apple because they maintain their shape really well. So you can use a SugarBee apple for just about anything that you want. It will store well. You can buy a bunch of them and hold on to them for a long time, and they should maintain all of their good characteristics for you for quite some time. Well, this is Judi at Judi in the Kitchen. I hope this helps. Bye for now.